Imagine speaking English so naturally that the words just flow out without a single translation in your head. Sounds like a superpower, right? Hey there, Flow fam! Welcome back to English in Flow, the channel that's all about making your English journey fun, fluent, and totally unstoppable. I'm Liam, your language wingman, and I'm absolutely thrilled to have you here today. Whether you're chilling at home with a coffee, out for a walk, or sneaking in some learning during your commute, thanks for tuning in. Today, we're tackling a game-changing topic: how to stop translating in your head and start thinking in English like a native speaker. I know what some of you are thinking. Liam, thinking in English? That's like trying to teach my brain to do yoga while juggling. Trust me, I totally get it. If English isn't your first language, it can feel like a massive challenge to skip the translation step and just think in English. But here's the exciting truth. It's not only possible, it's a skill you can master with the right strategies. And when you do, you'll speak with confidence, understand conversations effortlessly, and maybe even dream in English. How cool would that be? In this video, I'm sharing 10 practical tips to help you think in English and sound like a pro. By the end, you'll have a clear roadmap to make English your brain's go-to language. So, grab a notebook, smash that like button, and let's get into the flow. Oh, and if you love learning English with us, hit that subscribe button and bell icon so you never miss a video. Ready? Let's dive in. Let's jump into our first tip to stop translating and start thinking in English. Surround yourself with English. This means immersing yourself in English as much as possible, like diving into a pool of the language. Watch English movies, listen to English music, read English books, or binge YouTube videos in English. The more you expose your brain to English, the faster it'll start processing thoughts in the language. When I was learning Spanish, I watched Spanish sitcoms non-stop, even when I didn't understand half of it. Over time, my brain started picking up phrases and patterns, and I caught myself thinking, "Qué divertido," instead of "How fun." You can do the same with English. Start with something you love, like a Marvel movie, a Taylor Swift playlist, or a cooking channel. Even if you don't get every word, the constant exposure rewires your brain to think in English. Try it this week. Pick one English show or podcast and spend 10 minutes a day with it. Drop a comment and tell us what you're watching or listening to. Tip number 2. Speak out loud. Yep, you heard me. Talk to yourself in English. This is a powerful way to force your brain to think in English before you speak. Describe your surroundings. Narrate what you're doing. Or just have a full-on conversation with yourself. For example, if you're in your kitchen, say, "I'm making a sandwich. The bread is fresh, and the tomatoes are so red." It doesn't matter if no one's around. Speaking out loud helps you organize your thoughts in English and builds confidence. I do this all the time when I'm practicing new Spanish phrases, like "Voy a lavar los platos ahora." It feels a bit silly at first, but it's like a gym workout for your brain. Try it today. Spend 5 minutes describing your room or your lunch in English out loud. Share how it went in the comments. We're rooting for you. Tip number 3. Use images to connect words to meanings. Instead of translating new English words into your native language, link them to pictures or visuals in your mind. For example, if you learn the word cozy, don't think of its translation. Picture a warm blanket or a soft sofa. You can make flashcards with images on one side and English words on the other, or even use apps with visual dictionaries. When I was teaching English abroad, I used pictures to help my students learn faster. I'd show them a photo of a beach and ask, "What words come to mind?" They'd say, "sunny," "waves," or "relaxing." and those words stuck because they were tied to the image. Try this. Next time you learn a new word, Google an image of it or draw a quick sketch. It's fun and makes words stick like glue. Tell us in the comments what word you'll try this with. Tip number 4. Think in English during everyday activities. Turn your daily tasks into mini English thinking sessions. Whether you're cooking, walking, or brushing your teeth, describe what you're doing in English. For example, while making dinner, think, "I'm chopping onions. Now I'm adding salt." Or while driving, say, "I'm turning left. The light is red." This trains your brain to process simple thoughts in English without translating. When I was learning Spanish, I'd narrate my grocery shopping. Necesito comprar leche y pan. It felt weird at first, but soon I was thinking in Spanish without effort. Start small. Pick one activity today, like getting ready in the morning, and describe it in English. Drop a comment and share which activity you chose. Tip number 5. Practice thinking in English during quiet moments. Use those calm, relaxed times, like when you're lying in bed or sitting on a bus, to think in English. Describe your day, your plans, or even a memory. For example, think, "Today was great. I met my friend for coffee, and we laughed a lot." Doing this when you're calm helps you associate English with a relaxed state, not stress. Too often, we get nervous when speaking English, and our minds freeze. But practicing in quiet moments rewires your brain to stay cool and confident. I love doing this before bed, thinking in Spanish about my day. Hoy fue un día largo, pero productivo. Try it tonight. Spend 2 minutes thinking in English about your day. Let us know how it feels in the comments. Tip number 6. Avoid overusing translation apps. Don't get me wrong, translation apps can be handy, but relying on them too much keeps your brain stuck in translation mode. Instead, challenge yourself to express ideas in English using words you already know. If you can't find the perfect word, describe it or use a simpler one. For example, if you forget umbrella, say, "the thing that protects you from rain." When I was learning Spanish, I once forgot the word for spoon and said, "the thing for eating soup." My friend laughed, but understood. This forces your brain to think creatively in English. Next time you're tempted to open a translation app, pause and try describing the word first. Share a word you described creatively in the comments. Tip number 7. Use context clues to understand new words. When you hear or read an unfamiliar English word, don't rush to translate it. Look at the situation or sentence to guess its meaning. For example, if someone says, "she's ecstatic about her new job," and they're smiling, you can guess ecstatic means super happy. This helps you think in English by focusing on the overall message, not individual words. I do this with Spanish all the time. When I hear a new word in a song, I use the lyrics vibe to figure it out. Try it. Next time you watch an English video, pause when you hear a new word and guess its meaning from context. Drop the word and your guess in the comments. Tip number 8. Keep an English journal. Writing in English forces you to think in the language as you organize your ideas. Every day, jot down a few sentences about your thoughts, feelings, or experiences. It could be simple, like, "I had a busy day at work, but I'm happy," or detailed, like, "This morning, I walked in the park and saw a cute dog." This habit strengthens your ability to think in English and boosts your writing skills. I keep a Spanish journal where I write about my day, like, "Hoy vi una película increíble." It's short, but powerful. Start today. Write 3 sentences in English about your day and share one in the comments. It's okay if it's not perfect. Progress over perfection. Tip number 9. Engage with native English speakers. Chatting with natives is like a turbo boost for thinking in English. They'll use real, everyday language, and you'll have to think fast to keep up. Don't worry, most native speakers are super friendly and happy to talk. If you don't know any in person, join online forums, language exchange apps, or our Flow Fam community on Discord. When I started speaking Spanish with native speakers, I was nervous, but their encouragement helped me think in Spanish instead of translating. Try it. Find one native speaker to chat with this week, even if it's just a quick, "Hi, how's it going?" online. Tell us how it went in the comments. Tip number 10. Be patient and persistent. Thinking in English is a skill, and like any skill, it takes time to develop. Your brain is learning a whole new way of processing thoughts, so don't get frustrated if it feels slow at first. Keep practicing, even when it's tough, and celebrate small wins, like thinking, "I'm tired," in English without translating. When I was learning Spanish, it took months to stop translating, but every small step got me closer. You're already amazing for learning a new language, so give yourself grace. Try one of these tips daily, and you'll be amazed at how natural English feels. Drop a comment and tell us how you'll stay persistent this week. Let's recap our 10 tips to stop translating and start thinking in English. Surround yourself with English, speak out loud, use images, think during daily activities, practice in quiet moments, avoid overusing translation apps, use context clues, keep an English journal, engage with native speakers, and be patient and persistent. These strategies are your roadmap to thinking in English like a native. Pick one or two to start with, and build from there. You've got this, Flow Fam. Okay, it's story time. I want to share a moment that showed me the power of thinking in a new language. A few years ago, I was teaching English in a small town in Spain. My Spanish was decent, but I was still translating everything in my head, which made conversations feel like a mental marathon. One day, I was at a local market, trying to buy some fresh tomatoes. The vendor, an older woman named Carmen, started chatting with me in rapid Spanish. I panicked. My brain was scrambling to translate every word, and I was falling behind. Then, something clicked. I remembered a tip from my own language teacher. Focus on the moment, not the translation. So I took a deep breath and started thinking in Spanish, describing what I saw. Tomates rojos, muy frescos. Quiero comprar estos. It wasn't perfect, but it flowed. Carmen smiled, corrected my grammar gently, and we ended up talking for 20 minutes about her farm, her family, and even her secret tomato soup recipe. For the first time, I wasn't translating. I was thinking in Spanish, living in the language. That moment was a turning point. It showed me that thinking in a new language isn't just about words. It's about being present, connecting with people, and letting go of perfection. I went back to Carmen's stall every week, and each time, thinking in Spanish got easier. By the end of my time in Spain, I was even dreaming in Spanish. Talk about a win! You'll have that moment with English too, Flow Fam. Keep practicing, and it'll come. I want to hear your stories. Have you ever had a moment where you thought in English without translating, even for a second? Maybe during a chat, a movie, or just a random thought? Share it in the comments. Let's inspire each other. And if you haven't had that moment yet, tell us which tip you're most excited to try. We've covered a ton today. 10 practical tips to stop translating and think in English, from immersing yourself in the language to practicing in quiet moments, plus a story about connection and growth. Here's the big takeaway. Thinking in English is a skill you can build with small, consistent steps. It's not about being flawless. It's about showing up, trying, and enjoying the process. You're already on the path to fluency, and every step counts. I challenge you to pick one tip from this video and try it today. Maybe speak out loud while making breakfast, write a journal entry, or think in English during a quiet moment. Do it, and let us know how it went in the comments or on Instagram with the hashtag EnglishInFlow. We can't wait to cheer you on. Thank you so much for watching, Flow Fam. You're not just learning English, you're unlocking a whole new way to express yourself, connect with the world, and chase your dreams. Keep practicing, stay in the flow, and have fun with it. You're amazing. If you loved this video, give it a big thumbs up, share it with a friend, and subscribe for more English tips every week. I'll see you in the next one. Until then, keep flowing, keep growing, and happy learning.